Hey guys, Pokémon TCG here, and welcome back to another video on the channel. Today's video is completely unplanned. I kind of just thought of this one on a whim, and today we're going to be complaining more about PTCGL. That's kind of like something I do every few months here on the channel, but today's is, honestly even worse than before. If you go back and look through my channel, you'll see that I have one, major complaint video about this game, and then I have one where I have, oh, there's maybe hope for this game. No, this game is literally unsavable. It's absolute garbage. And today I'm going to be talking about why PTCG Live is the definition of incompetency, because, oh my gosh, it's just getting ridiculous at this point. Before we get started, I would quickly ask to see if you're subscribed. I put a ton of effort into planning and making these videos, which can get tough sometimes due to me being a college student. Subscribing helps support me and my channel, and it allows me to make more videos like the ones you're currently watching. And if you want to help support my channel even further, consider becoming a member. With 3 different tiers to choose from, you'll get access to my videos early, get exclusive behind-the-scenes updates, you'll get creative inputs on new videos, and more. Every member will also be featured in the credits of every single one of my videos. Thank you so much for your support so far. Now, let's get back to the video. So, at the time of recording this video, it is February 22nd. It is the 3rd anniversary of this garbage client, so happy anniversary to the 3rd year of suffering through this awful game. And today I'm going to be talking about a few things in particular about the newest update that they just added a few days ago, what this means for the game, and also just break down what's still missing. So today I'm going to be drawing a lot of parallels to what For the Win TCG talked about on his video on live a few days ago, and also Trust Your Pilot TCG, who has been kind of the main news outlet for everyone when it comes to PTCG Live and all the ridiculous things that can happen in the game. So, huge shout out to those two. I'll link both of them in the description. But today we're just going to be talking about how awful this update was and what this means for the future of the game. And I'd first like to start off with the first thing that I noticed when I looked through all the updates here that we got. And we got some good updates, some quote-unquote quality of life updates, and then we've got this one. So I'm going to start with this because this is the thing that inspired me to make the video the most. And this honestly really got my blood boiling because this is unacceptable. There's absolutely no reason why this should be in the game. And that is the overnumbered card exchanging update. So, at the beginning of Journey Together, which comes out in a little over a month, we're basically going to be gatekept from being able to use to craft our own rare cards in live, and we're going to be forced to have to get them through promotional events, through the ladder, or through, I think, getting them through packs. I don't exactly remember if we can get them through packs. How will this affect you? The problem is that we can't craft them anymore. So literally anything that is not in the original set. So that's shinies. You've got your ultra rares, which is your full arts. You have illustration rares and your hyper rares, which is your gold ones. You won't be able to craft them anymore. And instead, for 6 months, who the heck is gonna wait 6 months to craft a card that has a higher rarity? Seriously, what is the point of this part of the update? Because you're just literally gatekeeping something that's been one of your main, features in this game forever. And, that's really the only saving grace for this game so far, is that you can craft any card you want. Well, now they're trying to gatekeep you from being able to craft the cards that you want, which, if you know me, if you know this channel, let's see if I can just get out of this menu real quick. We'll come back to it. If you know me, I'm just going to look at my Quad Ogrepon deck, you can see that the entire deck is almost all hyper rare and secret illustration. I love playing the higher rarity because, I can afford it. I have 45,000 credits. And honestly, I don't really spend very many credits. The only time I spend credits is for, higher rarity cards. If I wanted to, I could get all gold nest ball, but this is my favorite, so I'm going to keep it like that. But it's like, I only really will ever buy golds, or I'll buy a higher rarity of a specific Pokemon. Like, I bought this Blood Moon Ursaluna alt art because I didn't have it, and because I really wanted to have it in my deck. And now, they're going to take away that option for me for any card that's Journey Together or Beyond, if I can go back to it real quick, for who knows what reason. Like, this is a terrible update for everyone. Like, I believe it was, it was Trust Your Pilot who said that this is not a good way to treat the longtime players of this game who have suffered through so many garbage updates, so many bugs, so much, basically, just incompetency. And this is how you're going to repay us. Like, it's just so frustrating. I've been playing this game for, I want to say, 2.5 years now, because I literally waited until almost last minute to transfer from PTCGO to here, because I knew that this game was going to be garbage when I eventually inevitably had to join. But this is just unacceptable. And now, like, all these credits that you get from, like, grinding on the ladder are going to be useless for 6 months if I want to craft high rarity versions of the new cards. The quote-unquote saving grace here is that you can still buy the regular versions of the cards. So you can at least still play them. And I'm sure there's a lot of people who are like, oh, why don't you just get the regular rares? Yeah, you can get the regular rares. And sure, it's supposed to make it more quote-unquote special to get the illustration rares in a different way. But also, there's no point of this update. You're just actively making things worse for no reason. Unless they're trying to sneak in microtransactions, which I've been suspecting for a while now. If you've seen kind of the tiny little things that they've been changing in the game, like they changed the credits and the crystals in the game to look more like something that you can get through microtransactions. We've seen them put shop limits on things, and we've also seen them basically just put limits on a lot of things that make you think that they're eventually going to go into microtransactions, which for a game this garbage is not okay. So that's the first thing. That's kind of the main thing that inspired me to make this video, but there's a lot more to talk about because, really, this game is going off the deep end when it comes to just crap quality. Now, first, I just want to give, like, a positive here, and that is the click-to-place feature, for, your computer players. And obviously, almost everyone plays on computer. You can play on mobile, obviously. That's one of the biggest advertising points for this game. But, we finally have click to place, which was something that PTCGO had, where you can click things and then you can target locations, or you can just you can cancel things before you play them, and you can always, and also damage distribution. You can like with Dragapult EX, you can now just click a Pokemon that you want to instead of having to drag all of your damage counters around. So this is a pretty decent thing to have. And also, there is another thing with, like, automatic prize taking. No, we don't care about that right now. You've got, like, automatic prize card taking at the end of the game. You have, sorry, I'm just kind of scrolling through, what Trust Your Pilot kind of has made discoveries on. You also have a few other, there's just a few other tiny details that they've changed. Oh, that was one of the other things, is muting avatars. Thank goodness. I just had to think about it. I'm like, there's one that's so obvious that I can't possibly forget it. It's muting avatars. Now, we all know that PTCG Live has the creepiest avatars ever. Like, going from a more sort of friendly vibe with the original PTCGO 2D avatars to the soulless 3D avatars. Here, let me just show you. Oh, cool. Okay, that's the avatar menu. Let's see. Here. Look at him. Look how creepy that is. I mean, that's my avatar. I made him creepy on purpose, but it's like so soulless. Like, I obviously have done a lot to make him look purposefully soulless, but like, there's nothing in those eyes. He's just no soul at all. they finally added an option to mute emotes, which is a feature that PTCGO had ever since they implemented the feature. It wasn't originally in the game. I mean, the game was made it was a 2011, I believe. And so it wasn't immediately available because that wasn't the main focus of the game. But they added it so that way it wasn't like annoying or toxic or something like that. And that was a very widely used feature. And Live hasn't had that until 3 years after the game came out. And that makes no sense why they would not have that for this long. So that was a plus for the game. Is that we finally got muting avatars. But because this game and just the way that this game is created is so stupidly incompetent, for every step forward you take 3 or more steps backwards. Because in exchange for getting also click to place, we get the gatekeeping thing for overnumbered cards. For every time that we get some sort of specific bug fix or something, we get another card that ends up getting broken here. So let's look at a couple cards specifically that have just been completely broken with this new update. And there are a lot of cards that were broken that are needed to be used for the European International Championships. By the time I'm recording this, day 2 literally just finished, probably like an hour ago. So, but it was like, this happened before the update. And so let me just quickly show you which Pokemon have been almost completely broken or now unusable, and the dev team has done absolutely nothing about it. One of them is Archaludon EX. Archaludon EX specifically was broken thanks to its Assemble Alloy ability. And it's basically energy acceleration right now is completely broken. When you play Archaludon down, you can accelerate energy, and I don't know what is going on. I swear this game is built upon like duct tape, glue, and probably some chewed up gum they found on the ground, because this is a consistent problem with every energy accelerating card here. Archaludon, the Assemble Alloy thing is broken, so let me just add this onto this list that I'm making here. We also had Magneton. Let's see, there we go. I should have had this made a little earlier, but this video was not planned, and I kind of just going here. We got Magneton with its Overvolt Discharge ability for Miraidon, another very popular meta deck right now, that basically is broken as well. Like, if you try and use either of these abilities, they will crash your game. And at the time of recording the video, I don't think they've added any fixes to it. They've just acknowledged, oh hey, yeah, this bug exists, we're gonna fix it. But this is unacceptable. These two cards, not that Magneton, sorry. Let me look in this version. Okay, that changes it. These two cards were everywhere in EUIC. Like, if you watch the stream, you'll see mostly Archaludon, but Miraidon was one of the top meta decks at the event. And both of these decks having crucial cards that crash your game and make it unplayable is ridiculous. Like, why is this happening? We also have a few other cards. I believe Gardevoir EX also, once again, has the same issue that we've had so many times. I don't understand it. So, Gardevoir's Psychic Embrace ability, one of its biggest uses is that you put damage counters on your own Pokemon. For example, like a Drifloon or a Screamtail. And the idea is putting a whole bunch of damage counters on it by accelerating your energy. And Gardevoir specifically has a clause that says that you can't knock out your own Pokemon by using the Psychic Embrace ability. However, it is now possible to knock out your own Pokemon once again with Gardevoir's ability. Now, this has happened multiple times throughout the 3 years that we've had live. Gardevoir has been legal for in this game for a long time now. I believe a little less than 3 years. But Gardevoir essentially is back where it started, which was it could knock out Pokemon, and that clause was completely ignored. And it's like, how do you let that happen? This is a bug that you fixed probably not once, but not even twice. You fixed it probably 3 times now, and it's back again. I don't understand how they keep doing this to the game. So let me just look through some other cards that have been completely broken. One of them actually that I just noticed excuse me, sorry, this is I've not been awake long, and also this video is not planned, so this is just kind of me talking here. Another card that I noticed from Treasure Pilot was Heavy Baton. And Heavy Baton is another energy related card that says when your active 4 retreat cost Pokemon is knocked out by an attack, you can move all of the energy attached to the Pokemon onto the bench Pokemon in any way you like. And this is mainly used in like Future Box. And Future Box isn't very popular right now, but it still has its dedicated soldiers. Like, I've been playing a decent amount of Future Box lately on the ladder as well. And this card's also broken. It's not as big of a meta issue right now, but it's still like, these cards were totally fine before the update. But they did something, they changed some string of code that changed these cards for the worse. And it just doesn't make sense to me. So, according to Treasure Pilot, TCG Live has finally acknowledged that those cards are broken. Unfortunately, instead of just fixing them, they're just listed as known issues without a date for fixing them. So, here are some of the other things. I'll put them on screen now. It's gameplay. Other than we have the these 3 Pokemon and the Heavy Baton, we have the gameplay part, which says players are occasionally unable to select valid cards when using certain selection effects, such as Nest Ball. Oh, goody, the one that I use, the one Nest Ball that I use, or Hisuian Heavy Ball, which is a very valid meta card as well. Card effects that reparent or attach energy from the hand display an incorrect prompt for the opposing player, which probably means, like, if you're trying to use Teal Mask Ogerpon, your opponent's probably going to see something different, and it's going to be confusing to them, which is just really dumb. Excuse me. Players are occasionally unable to place or move cards after disconnecting from a network and reconnecting, which is an issue that Live has had forever now, is network issues. So, let's punish them more by making them literally unable to play the game when they come back, if they actually can reconnect in time. And then, Techno Machine De-Evolution correctly displays animations when using the Devolve effect. So my guess is that there's another animation issue where it's like a jump scare or whatever when a Pokemon is evolved. So really stupid stuff like that. Players will occasionally encounter rotated avatars when continually pressing on the ranked ladder badge when loading into a match. So that means they'll probably be like just facing away from you. This is just another dumb visual glitch that they've literally physically fixed before. Area 0 can cause the bench to not be fully visible on Galaxy Flip devices. Okay, I mean, that's a glitch that's okay, I guess, because that's just a very minor glitch. And then the match can be unresponsive if supporter cards like Gardenia's Vigor or Giovanni's Charisma, excuse me, are played without having any energy cards to attach to a Pokemon. So these two also can crash your game, which neither of them are meta relevant, but they can break the game, which is just awesome. Also, Minior can cause duplicate battle log entries when you play it, and Gladion in the expanded format incorrectly reveals prize cards to the opposing player in the battle log. So they'll just give you the wrong prize card to show off. It's like, what are you doing? These were not problems that were in the game before. These are things that just popped up now, which doesn't make any sense. Like, we've had issues before. We've had really stupid issues before. Of course, we have the infamous attach an Iono to an opposing Pokemon. But these are issues that should never exist in the first place. So, 3 years old. This game has been going on for 3 years. And we have missing features on day 1095. There is A, no true expanded format. B, no expanded friend battles, which is a really big issue. I've been trying to do expanded friend battles for a while now because I want to try, like, some record stuff. There's no GLC, which is just like, yeah, there's no black and white onwards. Or there's not even anything X and Y onwards. It's all just for when it comes to Pokemon. There's no tournaments, no collection viewer, there's no going first notification. It's just literally, your opponent won the coin flip and it's like, oh, your opponent's going first. And then you have to go look in the battle log to see who's going first. Because I guarantee if you look away for 2 seconds, you won't know who's going first. And at the end of a match, you can't see an opponent's deck list. You can now friend your opponent after a game, which is like, cool. I don't really think I want to friend the random person I just played, because that's just like, it's just a useless social feature. Like, I don't need to try and friend just random people who I just faced on ladder. I'd rather be able to see their deck lists than friend them. I mean, whatever. This is not an issue. Right now, we are just kind of in this limbo of... it's just so dumb. We're in a limbo where things get fixed and then things get broken immediately afterwards. Some glitch gets fixed that we've had in the game for a while now. We've grown accustomed to it, or we just know that it might happen. Which is really sad, honestly. You should never have a game where glitches are expected. And then every time that they fix one of those, 3 more pop up instead. And they're all for things that you've already fixed or things that should never be broken in the first place. And now, you can make the argument that, like, oh, well, what do you know about, like, creating a game or something? And honestly, yeah, I'm not really qualified to talk about, like, oh, I definitely know the technical side of things, or I could do way better than them, because I couldn't. Like, the most experience I have with coding is probably just making, like, Scratch projects when I was in, like, middle school. But, I at least know that if you are the biggest media franchise in the world, and you're putting out a client like this to your thousands and thousands of trading card game players, you gotta at least keep some sort of quality control in, because there should be no reason that we have glitches like the ones that we have in the game right now. There should be no reason that this game has less features than what we had in the original, now like almost 14-year-old game. We should not have these issues anymore. We should not be dealing with all of this just garbage. It should not be an expectation that we're going to see the same things happen over and over again, where we're just thinking negatively of the game. And this is kind of just the community consensus now. As a PTCG Live creator, obviously I've been making a lot of alternative content lately, but as a creator who mainly works in PTCG Live, it's super frustrating to try and play this game every single day, just to, like, go through, test things out, and realize that I can't play the game properly because half the cards are broken, or I can't select certain things, or my game has the possibility of crashing every time I play a specific card. And that's just not okay. The expectations are that you can actually play the game, and you should have no issues. And the fact that the glitches are happening to the most meta-relevant cards possible at the time of recording this video, it's just frustrating. And I'm sure that everyone else is starting to feel the same way. So, honestly, I think that's where I'm going to leave it off. I'm just so disappointed in this game. Like, I've been playing this game for such a long time. I'm so disappointed in just how incompetent this game truly has become. And it always has been, actually. So I'm not even going to say it's become it. It is incompetency. Is the definition of it. So, yeah, that's just another PTCG Live rant from me. It probably won't even be the last one, because this game just keeps breaking. It's like a challenge to how far can we break the game this time. And it's just frustrating. So, yeah, that's all for me. Thanks you all. Excuse me. As you can tell, I did not script this at all. But thank you all so much for watching. As always, God bless. Have fun. We'll see you out there. And we'll see you next time. Be careful on PTCG Live out there. And thanks for watching.